Hey, and welcome to my YouTube channel. As some of you will know, I produced a spreadsheet to try and, like everyone else I suppose, count how much this proposed pay cut would affect us. A couple of you have asked how did I do it and what was my calculation step, so here goes. First, you create the 5-week cycle, which, I started the cycle on a Monday on a night shift. You can start where you want. I started there. Created the 5 weeks. Across the top Monday to Sunday, sorry. Weeks 1 to 5 down there. And once you create the 5 weeks, double click, send that down to the bottom of the page. Well, actually, I dragged the week numbers down to week 52. Then I created the 5 weeks. And once you create the 5 weeks, you just double click, send it to the bottom of the page. The next part of that was to count. Needed to count how many night shifts we did throughout the year, how many back shifts we did throughout the year. Various ways of doing it. My way to do it was count the columns down to the bottom of the page. For instance, if I highlight this here, I'll highlight Sunday. I've created named ranges for each column here and given it a weekday name. All the way to the bottom of the week 52. Once we've done the initial setup, done that, we then come over to the bit where the nitty gritty, the calculating part. Now, the calculating part, I'll try and explain it. Bring this over here into view a bit. Actually, this bit here is important. This is all the numbers of shifts in a year that are going to get shift allowance. Now, on a Monday, for instance, or every Monday throughout the year, we do 11 Mondays that are night shift, 11 Tuesdays that are night shift. Same for Wednesday, Thursday. When it comes to the weekends, we do 10 of each. Now, I've started counting on the Mondays. Here's been the start of where I'm counting. If, for instance, this here was my week 1, we would actually lose a set of night shifts. It wouldn't go back on at the bottom. So where you start counting, it's important for 4 shifts. So I started that on a Monday. So over every day of the week, throughout the year, we'll work 11 Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, and 10 each for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Similar for the back shifts. We do 11 Monday to Wednesdays, and 10 on each of the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays throughout the year. The other shifts that will accrue a shift allowance is the Saturday and Sunday day shifts, and they're going to be paid at 10%. Now, calculation here is 11 Mondays times 8.5 hours. And if I just hit F9 there, or I don't have to hit F9 there, it would show you the calculation there. But 11 times 8.5 hours brings you to 90.75 hours in total. On the back shift, we do 3.5 hours shift, it will accrue 25% shift allowance, and the rest is paid at the 10% rate. So I have a formula up here, count if indirect. I'll explain that in another video. On a Saturday, Sunday, so it's 3.5 hours on the back shift. That'll be at 0.25. There's 5.75 hours per shift over 10 shifts gives you 57.5 hours on Saturday and on Sunday for the back shifts, and these will accrue the 10% shift rate. This here is the Saturday day shift, and this here is the Sunday day shift. You do a lesser amount of hours on a Sunday. You do 7.25 hours. So once we've got these figures here, we then multiplied these by these percent rates. So for the night shift it's 25%. For part of the back shift, the other part is 0.25. It's 10% for the 57.5 hours, and similar 10% for the day shift hours, which gives you all these hours here, 245 in total. That's a sum of all these hours here, 245, and these will be paid as your new shift allowance, and that figure there will be multiplied by your hourly rate, depending on what spinal column you're. I think most of these seem to be in the top one. There's only a few of us, due to the recruitment freeze, that are kind of only halfway up the ladder. If I come over here, this is where I am at the moment, and the current shift allowance gives me this. That's 33.4%. Add that into my basic pay, and this is what I get at the moment. This here, if we come down 1, 2, 3 columns here, I go to 1, 2, 3 columns there. That there will be the new shift rate. Forget the protected part of it. This will just, that will be the final. So if I was still in that same spinal column, for instance, it would be that plus that. This here, if I just highlight them for a second, and this here will be my new shift rate. Now we've got protection built in, so sticking with my one just now, just for that same example, we'll highlight this whole line. That's my starting rate. That's my current monthly pay. That's my current shift allowance. That's my current salary and shift allowance combined. When 1 year's protection kicks in at 75%, I will get this amount here, which as you can see it's a drop. Year 2, I will get that. Now there's 25% protection in year 3. Actually, with your current salary spine and the new rate, is actually better off than the 25% protection. So I don't think anyone will go into that protected part of the 25%. This shows you if I'm going to lose year on year. In year 1 I would lose this amount. In year 2 it'll go up to that amount. And in year 3 my final on my spinal column as is would be 3843. Monthly pay at the moment is this. It will go in year 1 to that, and in year 2 to that. There is caveats which you can read up here. I've started counting, as I said, at week 1 with the night shifts. You know, if they're not counted as the first week by payroll, then that there will be a different calculation slightly. Not a lot in it, to be honest, but I suppose every little helps. Yep, there you have it. Any questions? Feel free to email me.